Hello again and welcome to Mia's Cuisine. Today I'm going to be preparing okra. For those of you who don't know, this is what okra looks like. It comes in whole and some people prefer to eat it like this, prepare it and cook it just the way it is. But for us Cameroonian, we actually cut it in little pieces and we cook. So that's how we cut it. We chopped it little pieces and cook. But based on the busyness in North America, I prefer to do it differently. I use another approach. So I cut it in 3 or 4 like this, put it in the blender, and instead of using blend, I use grate. So I use grate and it comes out like this. Due to time constraint, I don't have time to sit and cut it like this, so I prefer to put it in the blender and use grate, and it comes out looking like this. So to prepare my okra, I use what we call egusi. Egusi is also known as melon seed. This is what it looks like, and when it's blended, you have little grains. You use the coffee blender to blend it and soak it in water. You soak it in water, and that's how I used to prepare it. So this is how the melon seed, this is what the melon seed looks like. Melon seed, blended melon seed. I use the coffee blender to blend it. You can't really use the normal blender because it doesn't come out very soft. So I use the coffee blender and I soak it in order to use. And this is what I use to cook my okra. So what you need for the okra, I use crayfish and my already boiled meat for the okra. So let's get to work. I put my egusi into the pot. Add 3 to 4 cups of water depending on the quantity of the okra. Put in my crayfish, cubes of maggi, and teaspoon of salt to taste, and you let it cook for about 10 to 15 minutes. This is to enable the egusi or melon seed to cook on its own. It's been 5 minutes. And our egusi has been cooking for 5 minutes. I'll now put in some palm oil, maybe 2 tablespoons of palm oil. You can eat your okra white, but I do not like it white. I like to see some reddish blue, so I put in palm oil, just a little bit, into my okra and let it cook again for the remaining 10 minutes. Just make sure you stir frequently so the egusi or melon seed doesn't stick on the pot, the bottom of the pot. It's been 15 minutes. I'll now put in our okra. And stir to taste. And let it cook for another 20 to 25 minutes with constant stirring. And if you need to add water, means it's not supposed to be too thick or too light, you add it as you go along. So let it cook. It's halfway into the cooking process. I then put in my meat. The meat is the last because it's already cooked. The meat has already been boiled, so you don't want it to be too soft. So I then pour in my meat to taste. You check for your maggi, salt, and if possible, water. And some people put smoked fish, and it's good. It's really good in it, but I prefer not to put it today. So you can also put in some pepper. If you have noticed, I don't use pepper in all of my food because of my kids. So, but it's really good with a little bit of pepper. So I'll let it cook for the next 10 minutes. Our okra is ready to be served. As you can see, it's not too thick. It's slimy, but not too slimy. So it's easier to consume. You can either eat it with fufu, garri, rice, or it's great with rice, especially for kids who are just beginning to eat solid foods. So this is my okra. Some people like cooking it plain, but why do plain when you can do both? So I prefer it with egusi or melon seeds. It's easy, very easy to prepare. So thank you and enjoy.